Hey, Cole here. In this video, we're following up on our previous video where we dove into the foundational aspects of n8n, how to use it, what you're doing, and progressing you iteratively through how to do more and more so you can automate, streamline, and improve what you're doing in your business on a day-to-day basis. So in here, just a quick recap. We talked about a chat module, what it is, how you get it, and how you're able to use it to connect and communicate to your modules. We also have the AI agent. Talked very briefly about what an AI agent is, how does it work, what you're going to do to connect to it. And then we also talked about how we're able to give that n8n agent or the AI agent here some memory, some knowledge, some information, right? This is our memory. And then we also gave it the ability to process and understand that information that we're pushing it and have some extra depth that we need. So that's fantastic. Now in this video, we're going to dive into the very basics of putting together some simple tools. Now, there are so many things you can do. There are tons and tons and tons of really cool tools and connections you're able to do. Just about anything you can think of, you're able to put it in here. So let's work on this. And I want to show you how to do something as simple as managing your calendar in a very, very basic way. So we have a couple ways that we're going to be able to do this. And in this way, in this video, I'm going to dive into doing it locally, so right within this workflow. But one that's really important to understand is that typically one of the best and most efficient ways as we go through and start looking at the different structures for building AI agents is modulation. So I'm going to show you how to do this because we're only doing a simple one, but I want to show you and help you understand that there's a lot of people that go and build these like really big workflows, and you have this massive workflow system on one agent or this one piece here, but it's not really the most efficient way of doing it. And why is that? Because just as think of like IT, right? 2 is 1 and 1 is none in the module, right? So what does that really refer to? Well, having everything in this one ecosystem is creating a massive point of failure, right? So if I go through and I build like a really extensive workflow, right? I'm going to save this. I'll go to one that I found or we've looked at, right? This massive workflow, right? There's so many points of failure, right? Let's say if this breaks. Well, if this one breaks, guess what's going to happen? None of this is going to work. Then you're like, well, why did it break? How did that occur? And it's preventing you from doing so many things that you're trying to do that are in here, right? So why would you want to do this when you could then instead leave without saving, go to something more simple, or let's just say it's like this personal AI one, where it's calling data, right, from somewhere else and then bringing it back. Or more specifically, let's go to the AI sales assistant. And then this is our hub, right? Where it's able to pull from other agents. What these are is different agents. So we have like calendar management, inbound email agent, general email agent, right? Research, so on and so forth. So I'm not going to show you this version of it just yet because there is some extra complexity that I'd love to make sure we have a solid understanding of. But I just want to mention that because what you'll often see is in these videos, you're going to see people have these massive workflows. And yeah, I mean, it works, but eventually something's going to break and it's going to just disrupt the rest of the system, right? Same, maybe your credentials with your Google Calendar doesn't work. Well, you don't want to be able to like not send and receive emails and communicate with people, or not be able to access your contacts, or not be able to process data, right? So if that one piece breaks, it's not going to break the rest of the ecosystem if you're calling it from a different workflow. So I'll show you that very briefly, but let's dive into this thing. Sorry for the monologue. I just wanted to bring that out because it's very important to understand that modulation is going to be important as you accelerate and expand on these. So let's just talk about the very basics. So we have this, we've got a very simple piece. Let's say we're going to use this to manage my calendar. I want to be able to get events and I want to create new ones. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to come in here, create a tool, search nodes. We're going to do Google Calendar. Google Calendar, we have this. And here you'll see I've already sort of put some things together, but what I want to mention here is I'm going to do another video on how to do the Google Cloud setup, because it is a bit frustrating, especially if you've ever done it before, because their whole ecosystem is not as clean as it should be. But I want to walk through what is it like once you've already connected it. So in this module, I'm sort of expecting that you maybe have already gone back to that video. So keep that in mind. If you have any comments or questions or need more information, just put it down below. I'm happy to help you guys out. So I have the Google Calendar account that we've connected through Google Cloud's connection. And this tool description, it's automatically being set. We're saying, hey, I want you to look at events. And in here, this resources gives you the ability to do a bunch of different things. So for this, let's say we're looking to see if we have availability, right? And if we do, then we want to book, right? So let's do this. So we're going to look at this. We're going to look at what events we have, right? Maybe we want to start by just getting all of the events. So what's interesting, and I want to mention this, is when you use Google's calendar, if I open this up, you're going to see we have holidays in the United States, and then we'll actually have my email account. What you need to do here in this calendar module is to click your actual email, because what's going to happen is that if you use an event like this and you say get many, it's going to get all events from both calendars, and then it's going to go, oh, I'm bringing this up now, but oh, you have tons of availability based on holidays in the United States calendar, because it's only looking at the holidays in the United States. For some reason, they decided to make this a separate calendar. I'm neither here nor there on it, but just understand we're going to hit your connected calendar piece. So instead of returning all, we're going to create a limit. So what is this doing? So what this says is it's going to connect to our account. It's connecting automatically. It's looking for events. It's getting as many events as we want it from this email account. How many are we getting? I'm going to say get 20, right? So what does that mean? It's getting the next 20 events within whatever our given time frame is. And it's going to be between now and now plus 1 week. So how many events? It can receive up to 20 events between now and next week. So it's got a 7-day time frame. And now in here, you also have a bunch of different ways of ordering it. And a lot of this, we're going to, a lot of this, some of these things you do want to do, some of these things you don't, but let's just simplify this. And we're going to say by start time. So here we are, we have this, we're going to hit save. We're going to open the chat. Hey, how many meetings do I have in the coming week? Pulling from our calendar. Hey, Cole, it's Bob. You've got a couple of meetings scheduled for next week. You've got this call, right? And it's pulling the ones that are in here. Fantastic. Now let's just say, oh, great, I want to try to book a meeting. Do I have space to talk, to work on n8n videos on Tuesday at 8 a.m.? Hey, on Tuesday, you don't have any meetings scheduled? Do you have space? So enjoy your video. Let me know if you need anything else. And let's just say, hey, can you lock in a 2-hour time block for me to talk, or for me to work on that? So here's what's going to happen. It's going to try. It's getting all the events, and then it's going to error out. So it's trying again. It's trying. I've scheduled. But what's going to happen is we're going to go over there. It's not going to have been scheduled, because it's only learned how to get. It does not have the ability to set events. So let's just come in here. All right, so you see here in this example email account, it's not setting an event for Tuesday, right? Here we go. It's tried, but it actually failed. So this is something that's really important to understand. Let's see here. Try to do this. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, let's say we want to actually set an event now. Let me save this real quick. I'm going to come back up here to Tools. We're going to go to Google Calendar. We're going to create an event on this calendar between now and whatever time frame we give it. All of the rest of this can stay. We can let AI define what it is automatically. So I'm actually going to cut this out real quick. Hold on here. I'm going to close this, open this up. So in here, you'll see that we have the ability to fixed. We have the ability for it to just be this toggle. So this means you're using the default reminders within your calendar settings. But you also have this little fancy model, like letting it define when you're doing this. And so what we actually want to do here, because we don't know when we're booking our meeting, and if you look at how we have right now, it's always going to look at our current time and an hour from now and just book if that is free. So how do we fix that? Well, we want to do the following. We're going to hit this little sparkle sign, and we're going to let the module using our AI ecosystem, our AI agent, to define when we're starting, and we're going to do the same thing here for when that meeting is ending. So that way, like in the instance where I was like, hey, I want to do a 2-hour time block at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Fantastic. And we're going to do the same thing. Maybe we want to have managed reminders. So it's great. It will go through and book this, but we need to do a couple extra things actually to make sure it does the right things. So we're going to come in here. We're going to click Add Field. We want to ensure that the summary has been added. This summary is the description, right? The context of like what it is that you're doing. And then we want it to go through. We want to add in the location. We want to then add another one where we add in the description. So it has details on what the actual event is. So this is your title. This is the location thing. Maybe you wanted to do Google Meet, what have you. Here's the description. And let's say we're going to do, I'm not going to actually give it the ability to add attendees, but it could simply be just clicking here and giving it that ability. One thing to note on this attendees module is that what it's going to always try to do is to try to fill this void. So if you click in here and you're just keeping adding attendees, it's going to always try to fill in these modules. So it's something that we want to work through, and I'll show you in another video on how we can manage this more effectively. But in here, we're going to actually remove this just to clean up this little viewpoint here. Great. We're going to hit save. Fantastic. We're going to hit save. Again, we're looking at our calendar. We're going to axe that. We're going to open up chat. We're going to reload. We're going to go, hey, do I have ability on at 10 a.m. for me to do n8n videos for 2 hours? So there we go. It's going to go through and do that same thing again. It's confirming. You see, it didn't create the event. It just pulled the events. Hey, you have an event scheduled on Tuesday for a proposal automation call. But since you're looking for 2 hours at 10 a.m., do I need to reschedule or find an alternative time? Right? So it's looking at a different email, actually. Let me reload this. Let's see what it says. Boom, boom, boom. May 16th. No, that's fine. Let's book in a time for me to talk, to work on it in videos at any time I am free, 2 hours. I will be the only one event. All right, so it's got that information, it's getting all the events, and then it's going to go through and create the event on my calendar. All right, let's go through, let's reload. We're going to come over here. Boom. 10 n8n videos session. Look at that. So it's given us a 2-hour block. What am I doing? I'm working on n8n videos. Where am I doing it? My home office. And here's a videos session. That's awesome. So let's just say, you know, I wanted to do more. I mean, I could go through and add in that ability for it to add a attendee, but it's not necessary for this instance, right? We're just doing some maybe day-to-day stuff. So what if we also wanted to go, hey, I am looking for you to help me all of the kinds of tasks I should do to grow my business. And then could you add time on May 16th, work on each of those tasks when I am free. Great, so it's going through, it's trying to understand what it is I want to do, and then it should go through and create those tasks. Now, if everything goes well, that's right. It's going to go through and do the output of, hey, let's do that. Yes, let's add those. So what it's going to do is it's going to go through and now add all of these into my calendar because it already understands you need to go through and do all of these tasks. So let's expand on it and give you a clear direction of what you should be doing. So boom, there we go. We have 5 instances now. Boom, it's overlapped some of this, right? So again, we're gonna reload this. Fantastic. Look, I did screw this up a little bit. We're gonna do SEO optimization, our networking. Let's add market research. But look at that, really quickly, it just put together a little plan for me and is giving me content on what I'm doing, what should I be doing for this, what should I be doing for that, what should I be doing here, so on and so forth. Now let's just take a step back. And I think this is really cool because one thing we could do, and we'll do this in another video, is we could sit here and give it context and clarity on who I am, what my goals are, my business, what I need it to be, which is maybe this one is an AI assistant, but maybe it's going to speak to our business consultant agent, which has all that information. It is going to then tell the AI assistant here, hey, based on what Cole's availability is, I need you to go through and create 5 tasks for him on Friday because I see he's free to go and do these activities which are going to help him to grow his business. And what is that? Well, maybe he needs to go and do 50 outreaches and 50 emails, record 2 videos, upload 2 videos, go and check out your YouTube page, etc., right? Subscribe to the video, you mean? So on and so forth. And then it will go through, look at my calendar, look at my availability, and then add those in. So now I have a to-do list of what the heck I should be doing. Because if you look at this, I don't have anything going on in this book, on this thing here, right? So if I'm like a lot of people, they're going to go, I have no clue what I'm going to do today, right? Well, now AI is helping you, functioning as your true assistant, going and booking meetings, scheduling stuff, ensuring that you have availability, and then going in, putting together when you should be doing stuff to help you prioritize your time, prioritize your day, so on and so forth. Again, we're just scratching the surface here. We've only put in 2 modules, and it's already able to do some really, really cool stuff. One other thing I want to show you here is, let's say I love this and I want to actually have a prettier thing instead of just looking at not OpenAI, and looking at the n8n ecosystem. So what we can do is we can double click into our chat here. We can come to settings. We're going to come over here and we're going to make chat publicly available. So what does this do? Well, it gives us this little chat URL. And what this is a nice, pretty little ecosystem. Oh yeah, that's my bad. I gotta hit this. We gotta hit save. We gotta activate it. Great. So now we're gonna come back up here again. Boom! Look at that. It's got a built-in little ecosystem. Hey, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you today? Yo. I didn't train the public version of it, right? But hey there, I'm Bob, your friendly assistant. How's it going, Cole? Great. Can you what I have going on this going on May 16th, if I can spell. So great, it's still gonna do the same thing. It's gonna come in here, talk to OpenAI, look at our memory, go and get the events, and then output those events here. So it's currently going through and processing. So here we go, really quickly, it gives you a cute little piece, and it shows you everything that's going on in here. Awesome. Can you also add in after market to schedule time to upload YouTube video? Should take me about 10-15 minutes. Great. So it understands, hey, I'm referring to this. Great. I've added time in here. We're going to come in here. I got to fix that a little bit. Part of this actually is because it's actually looking at, the n8n instance is a different time zone than me, and I didn't clarify that. But in here, automatically uploaded this. It's created this piece. It's told me what I need to do, and it's done everything that I would love for this to do. So I hope this gives you a good little idea of how you're going to be able to use this. In another video, we're going to start adding more context and clarity and getting some cooler outputs. But I hope this has been a great little introduction into what you're able to do with n8n. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in another video.